I have to scoot the chairs closer. Yes. There you go. Should
Hey guys.
let me get this. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Here we go. There we go.
It works.
All right.
Right.
You mean incorrect. There we go. All right. Here we go. We're fixed. Oh.
Welcome back,
All
everybody.
right. Technical bit. All right. We're gonna restart the episode.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Thick and Thicker episode 4. Today we're gonna be talking. Oh wait, I messed it up.
Nice job.
Oh,
You caught it on live.
I'm
there is no mess ups on live, bro.
yeah. I'm Nolan.
I'm James. I'm thick and he is thicker.
Yeah, and
Much thicker.
And today we're gonna be talking about the NFL week 1 through 4 recap, week 5 predictions. We're gonna talk about fantasy predictions, MLB playoff. We're gonna do a playoff predictions for the MLB, and then we're gonna be doing an MLB quick recap for that.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna get started off with the NFL recap through week 1 through 4. So let's get off with the Bills. The Bills played really good.
Yeah, that unfortunate loss the other night to the Ravens.
Well, not unfortunate for us.
Well, not yeah. It was interesting to end their losing streak. I mean, it's hard to say that it was just the Ravens playing better than them, but when you
Yeah.
put up 10 points, I think the Bills really had a bad night.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the Ravens.
So yeah, the Jets, they played those 2 good games against the Titans and Patriots, but those are some of the worst teams in the league. So we'll have to see where they go from here.
There were some errors in the last game that I did not like. The offensive line was horrible, and obviously the receivers were not on the same pattern with Rodgers. Like Garrett wasn't. He couldn't find him. He resorted to Mike Williams like 5 times. Like, so bad.
So yeah, the Patriots, they've been playing terrible, but that was as expected.
Yeah.
The Dolphins, Tua's been injured for the team, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's been really holding their team down. The quarterbacks have sucked. They're the worst offense in the league so far this year. Mike McDaniel can't coach with another quarterback because Tua only fits his system.
That must be sad. Hard for you to watch.
Yeah, but we've scored our first touchdown this week since Tua got injured, and it was like Tyler Huntley rushing touchdown. I mean, I feel like that's the first rushing touchdown the quarterback has had.
That game was so bad I didn't even watch it. I was watching the Lions game.
Yeah, but yeah, so hopefully they can improve. Then we got the Steelers. The Steelers, they've been playing pretty good football recently.
Yeah, I feel like they're. I mean,
their defense is definitely carrying them.
Did they win this year?
I don't remember, but the Green won.
Okay, yeah. I hope.
So,
I certainly hope it's not a downfall because they look really good, and I wasn't expecting them to do as well as they started doing this year. So hopefully they can continue to ride. Obviously, based on their defense.
Yeah.
But their defense is definitely carrying them.
Yeah, and then we got the Ravens, who haven't done terrible yet. We got someone. Oh, that's Michael.
It's super.
What's up, Michael?
What's up, Michael?
But the Ravens, they looked terrible the first 2 games. They lost to the Raiders, and then they beat the Bills.
I know,
So
35 points against the Bills, and I feel like it could be like an unpredictable game, like a team where they lose to the freaking Browns and then beat the freaking Bills. So it could be very unpredictable this season.
Yeah, and then we got the Browns. They had that 1 week game, but I mean, they've looked terrible this year. I think that Myles Garrett, I think I heard was.
Oh yeah, Myles Garrett got injured.
So that's a big piece. So they might not be doing good.
Arguably,
but Nick Chubb's coming back, and he could be the centerpiece of the offense. So who knows? We'll have to see where it goes from here. And then the Bengals, they've looked terrible this year. Their only win coming against the Panthers, and it was barely that good of a win.
When you lose to the Patriots week 1, I mean that's just not the way you want to be represented.
I mean, we've known the Bengals have sucked for the first 3 weeks though, so it happens every year. It doesn't matter the team they've played. They always lose like the first couple of games, or Joe Burrow is terrible and they win. So yeah, so maybe it's up from here, maybe it's down from here, but we'll have to see. Then we got the Texans. C.J. Stroud's been playing good football recently.
Yeah.
He had that one bad game versus the Vikings, but
Nobody's been able to beat the Vikings.
yeah. So, but he's been good since then. They're 3-1 right now, first place as expected. Yeah. And then next we got the Colts. The Colts. It's been a curious team this year. Anthony Richardson's been playing terrible the 2 games.
And now
And then he got hurt, and then Joe Flacco came in and won the game. We know Joe Flacco's a winning quarterback. He won with the Browns last year, led them to the playoffs after Deshaun got hurt. And so maybe Joe Flacco is what they need from now.
That's just super sad to see after Anthony Richardson's injury last year.
I know.
Super excited to see him
He's a
come back.
talented guy too.
It's really bad that he keeps getting injured.
Yeah. And then we got the Titans. Titans have been terrible this year. They're only one coming against the Dolphins, which who have been injured. But I guess I'm very curious what they'll see in the future, if they're going to keep Will Levis at quarterback or they're going to play Mason Rudolph from now on. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes out.
Their whole team is falling apart with the loss of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it has really fallen apart.
That was like
But,
the
I mean,
last good player.
Spears and Pollard looked good last game,
Yeah.
surprisingly against the Dolphins' run defense, which has been good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then the Jags, they've looked terrible. They're the worst team in football right now, the only 0-4 team in the league.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence was paid that much money for what? Who knows what the upside's gonna
I
be?
can't even remember like what their games were. I don't know if they played really good teams or not. I know they. All I know is that they're 0-4, and regardless of what the teams you play, you need to win at least one game in the first week, even if you're playing great teams.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and then we got the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been playing pretty well, unfortunately. No one likes to see it. I mean, other than Chiefs fans.
Pass interference call against the Bengals won them that games, and then there was like I think you showed me the video. There was like 3 plays that made them 3-0.
Oh yeah.
It was like
the last 3 plays of every game made them 3-0. They would not won those 3 plays. And I forgot. I don't remember who they played week 4, but
the first one I think was Isaiah Likely.
yeah, it was Isaiah's likely toe that he missed.
Yeah.
And then the second one was the pass interference. Third one, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was another pass interference, but it was on the opposite side of the ball. And yeah. And then we got the Chargers. They good the first 2 games, and then they kind of like start going downhill from there. We'll have to see how they play. Dobbins has played really well recently.
I got him on fantasy team. Very happy.
Yeah. Lad McConkey's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been a good rookie
Underrated
so far.
receiver. And Herbert hasn't looked terrible. I thought he was going to be terrible after losing everyone.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how they play this year. I don't think they'll make the playoffs still, but
No, I don't think so.
they'll be a mediocre team.
I mean, it's kind of I can't really tell, but I feel like J.K. Dobbins is like the only part of their offense that is really working right now, and that's sad because like J.K. Dobbins is not really a great. Lad McConkey too. That is true. But J.K. Dobbins isn't really like a great player.
I mean, we never known though. He's always had to play with Lamar at QB, so it could change. I mean, Lamar's a running quarterback. Herbert's not. So we'll have to see. Then we got the Raiders. The Raiders, they look good. They beat the Ravens, and then, I mean, it's the Raiders. They're like 50-50. So we'll have to see how they perform. And then we got the Broncos. A nice win against the Jets for them. That was probably
10 points.
I mean, no matter how many points, it was very good for them. For a team that's not really that good, to be a team that was supposed to make the playoffs.
Gets scared by their defense again.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how that continues for them. They'll continue playing good when we go to the NFC. But yeah. And then we got the Commanders. Jaden Daniels is looking like an MVP candidate. James predicted this, I think a week, like when episode 3, he predicted that they would make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I remember that. So far, his prediction's looking right. They're the best team in the AFC, or NFC East, and they've looked really good. Jaden Daniels has the best completion percentage ever by like any quarterback in the first 4 weeks, I think. Not ever, like since like 2015.
Yeah, it was like it was like his 3rd week when he got his first passing touchdown. That's a little that I did.
Yeah, but every quarterback hasn't had a passing touchdown till then.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams got his first passing touchdown week 3.
Oh wow.
Bo Nix got his first passing touchdown, I think week 3.
Right.
But yeah. And then the other 2 haven't played yet, but yeah. And then we got the Cowboys. The Cowboys haven't been that great this year.
They had a good week one, but after that, not so much.
Yeah, I remember there was one other game that they did well into. I forget which game that was.
Ravens.
Yeah, against the Ravens. They did well in that game.
It was a good win, but
It was a good game to watch, but
yeah.
yeah. And then we got the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is terrible. I mean, from what we've seen, he's just looked horrendous. I can't go watching.
15 points.
This is what I'll say about them right now. Dallas Goedert, amazing.
Yeah.
I have him on my fantasy team. He wasn't even my starter. I started him 1 week because I made a trade in fantasy, and I had to start him because Evan Ingram was out. So, and he got me 36 points.
I'd like to see them utilize Saquon. That's what I want to see.
They have. He's RB2 right now, fantasy.
I know, but like if they can utilize him,
Well, yeah.
That's what
And
I'm-
AJ Brown will come back soon, maybe. So we'll have to see how that will work out. But yeah. Then we got the Giants. The Giants are gianting. They're not really that good of a football team.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see from there.
Daniel Jones is there as your quarterback.
Yeah.
Is never.
Then we got the
super
best
success.
team in football right now, the Minnesota Vikings. The biggest surprise of this
Yeah,
year
I
is
know
Sam
this.
Darnold is proving everyone wrong. I read something in preseason that he looked like a completely different guy. I guess this basically proves that the Jets coaching is the problem.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I
see.
think there's gonna be some moves
I've
after
seen
this season. Robert
Quarterback
Sala.
after quarterback just do horribly for the Jets. I 100% agree with that statement. So,
Yeah, I think Robert Sala will be gone after this year for sure. He's in the hot seat right now for sure.
Yeah, I want to get.
But yeah. Then we got the Lions. They looked really good so far. They had that 1 week where I forget who they lost to, but they lost
Yeah,
1 week. But
They
they're
look-
not bad right now.
I think they'll go pretty far in the playoffs, but I mean, I want to see them play out. They haven't played the Vikings yet, and I really want to see that matchup. That's gonna be a cool.
Yeah. Then we got the Packers. This is curious. This makes me curious. Malik Willis is 2-0, and Jordan Love is 0-2 so far. So I'm curious if Jordan Love the problem, or was it just like a fluke, like a 4-game fluke, or what?
So I have to agree with that, but on the other side, I think I can't remember the stats, but didn't Jordan Love throw like 4 touchdowns in the last game against the Vikings and like 300 passing yards?
Yeah,
So
but they weren't running the ball though. That's why.
yeah, but
He had
but
like a
if it's
high,
still
he had a
that-
low completion percentage in a
Oh,
ton
okay,
of attempts.
all right.
It was
So
because you just had to throw the ball because they were down by so much.
what to see? It'd be interesting. I don't think they're gonna play Malik Willis. I think they're gonna still let.
Oh yeah,
Jordan
I
Love-
mean they paid him $250 million. I don't think they would. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean-
I would either.
But if he starts to do bad and Malik
Yeah.
Willis, start playing Malik Willis, maybe looking at a trade and then a future quarterback in Willis.
Yeah.
And Willis is too young.
Yeah, and then we got the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams is looking terrible. So far he's looking like a bust.
First year was
Those weapons, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, and I forget the other guy. DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift. You can't do that bad. Come on.
He seems more like I remember when Zach Wilson went to the league, he was just focused on making the big plays, like trying to be
I know
like
he's
a
just trying to look
superhero.
flashy right now.
But if they can try to calm him down more and humble him into making good calculated throws, I think he could
Maybe,
turn
yeah.
into a good quarterback.
Or he won't learn that because he's plays for the Bears.
We'll see.
Sure.
Depends on I think it's gonna depend completely on the coach.
I forget the coach for the Bears, but he's in the hot seat too. I think is it Matt Eberflus? Is it that guy? Or is he another guy? I forget.
Okay.
I don't remember. But moving on, we got the Bucks. They've looked really good, but they did lose to the Broncos, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that goes from there. Baker Mayfield looks like an MVP candidate. Then we got the Falcons. The Falcons haven't done bad either. It looks like so far that
Surprisingly, they've
Kirk
been,
has been good.
pretty good, which is surprising.
that they've done good.
I didn't think they were gonna be good. I mean, they put up a really.
But they got Kirko.
Kirk wasn't that great.
Yes, he is. He's a good quarterback. He's
decent.
very underrated.
He's decent. But he's not that good. I think he gets paid a little too much money.
What's up, Emmy? Thanks for thick and thicker. Yeah.
I was surprised they put up a competitive matchup with the Chiefs. That was a fun match to watch on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. And we got the New Orleans Saints. Their offenses look spectacular recently.
Yeah, I mean, the 12 points against Philly wasn't
Well,
nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, but
other
that's
than
against
that-
the Eagles defense, which is
Yeah,
pretty good.
Other
But,
than that,
but their offenses look fire. I'm forgetting his name. I have him in my other league, but he's looked really good. That one receiver for the Saints. Yeah, right.
I have him on my bench, and I don't know why I haven't played him.
I have him on my bench because my receivers in that league are like great. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I have CD in the league. That's probably why I haven't played him.
Oh yeah. And then the Panthers. Panthers are gonna Panther. They're not really that good.
We're saying he's a bust.
What's up,
I'm saying
Kevin?
it now, and I don't know if anybody who disagrees with me on that. I'm willing to complete debate with them on that.
And then we got the Seahawks. Seahawks have been playing really good recently. I mean, that last game looked pretty scary. 42 against the Lions, but maybe it was the Lions' offense being good or the Seahawks' defense.
See, the Lions have just looked better and better, except for that one game. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. And we got the Niners. The Niners have been playing.
They're playing interestingly, but what I love about the Niners
injuries has been the problem so far for
Brock
the Niners.
Purdy's finally getting exposed. Who's on?
Just the same guy,
Oh,
Kevin.
okay.
But yeah.
But Brock Purdy is finally being exposed. And you said this. I think you said it on the unreleased episode that Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. And
and CMC's been injured. Who else? CMC, Debo, Ayuk was injured for like a game.
Yeah.
And then George Kittle's been
They're
injured.
big players, basically.
Yeah, their
Big
whole
players
team,
who are carrying.
and he's been playing terrible.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes from there. Then we got the Cardinals. The Cardinals' offense is looking good.
Yeah.
And then their defense just completely is terrible.
Kyler Murray has been hooking up with Marvin Harrison, but what I saw a little bit in the
Hooking
last
up.
game, what I saw a little bit in the last game is that he's relying too much on Harrison. He's throwing it up in like 3v1 coverages.
He had that I feel like he's gonna change that. He had that pressure that because I remember I saw reporters throwing to Marvin's not my job, and then the next week he throws to Marvin like 8 times,
I know.
and then he continues it even more.
So
He needs to go back to that week 2 form where he didn't throw to Marvin every single play. He needs to throw to him
he
less.
threw it to him like 20 times in the first quarter, and then they started covering him, and he started finding his other receivers. He made good decisions.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
he can start mixing it up, receiver to look at Michael Wilson, who was super underrated from a rookie from last year. If Harrison is covered, he's a really good guy to look at. Maybe I can hit Trent McBride because he's on a fantasy team.
And then we got the last but not least, we got the Rams. Rams are the receivers are injured, so they could be a lot better.
Should see what happens when they come
Who's
back.
that?
Who's on?
James, can I get a high? Kevin said that.
Oh, it's good, Kevin.
But yeah. But yeah, so the Rams, they just maybe Puka and Cooper Kupp can come back healthy and better than ever, so we'll have to see from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on, we got week 5 predictions for the NFL. I gotta click this. But yeah, Thursday Night Football, we got Bucks Falcons. It's in Atlanta, so I'm gonna take the Bucks though.
I'll take the Falcons. They've been looking pretty good. And I
Yeah,
feel like
I think-
I'm a little doubtful after that loss to the Broncos.
Yeah, but the Bucks, he's been looking like an MVP candidate bigger, so we'll see. Then we got Sunday morning. We're gonna be on a cruise for this game.
Oh yeah.
Jets Vikings. It's in London.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do a podcast. Oh yeah, let's announce this.
We're gonna do a
We're gonna do a
on the cruise
podcast
ship.
live on the cruise ship.
So get ready.
So be ready for that. Don't hold us to it, but we'll try. The internet, we'll be in the ocean, so it'll be kind of hard to do it.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
the quality will be at least decent on that cruise.
No one can come back 2025. Yeah. Trio. Oh, I don't know what that trios. Let's talk about Fortnite
Oh,
in that podcast. But yeah. But yeah, the Jets and Vikings will be a good game, probably. But I think the Vikings will come out on top.
Unfortunately,
Vikings are undefeated. They're looking too good. But yeah.
And the Jets are going down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And then the Panthers Bears. That's a terrible game. Honestly, I'm gonna take the Panthers here.
Hey, maybe can't
I'm
wait.
gonna take the Panthers here. Panthers have been playing good football recently with Andy Dalton at quarterback. And obviously they won't start Bryce Young yet, so we'll have to see where it goes from there. What did he say? Should we pick you up for trios? For sure. Yeah. But yeah.
I got the Bears in that one because it's in Chicago. I think it could be advantage.
Windy City.
Caleb Williams could come away with. No, he's got one.
I injured my knee. That's what happened. I fell.
Oh yeah.
I fell at the park. Yeah, I was playing basketball and it was football, and then I got pushed off on a 1-on-1 and I fell. But it's alright. I'm good. I can walk fine. But yeah, and then moving on, we got the Browns Commanders. Honestly, I have to take the Browns. Or no, Commanders. Well, I don't know
Maybe
what I
like
was thinking
Jaden
there.
Daniels.
I wasn't thinking there. Jaden Daniels has been good. They're 3-1. They'll keep it up. It's in Washington. Yeah.
That's gonna be close. I think
Commanders fan, you guys have a future, so enjoy that. But yeah. Then we got Dolphins Patriots. Game of the week here. No, game of the year here. It would be really who plays better offense. The defenses have been spectacular this season, both of them.
How much will Tom Brady blaze the Patriots?
Yeah, Tom Brady's gonna be announcing that game, so that's gonna be
Yes.
serious.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't like.
I
any
know
of
I
these teams.
know this would sound biased, but it's the Patriots, and they've looked terrible offensively. I don't think.
Oh, the Dolphins since they lost their
But then
quarterback.
Tyler Huntley, he
How
started
many
to
points did
no
you
at
put
the
up in
end
this
of
game?
16. That's more than the
Oh,
Patriots.
that's a lot.
It's more than Patriots. We're good. We say what happened to Nolan Kane's.
You're not good for real.
All right, hold on. Whoa! Why is my dad calling? Oh, my dad. We're in the middle of a podcast. All right, there we go. All right, we're back. It's very laggy. Is that better? Very laggy, but we'll fix it. But yeah. So honestly, I'm gonna take the Dolphins there.
Yeah.
Patriots haven't looked good at all. And
Foxborough,
defensively,
man.
I think that the Dolphins can play off of Jacoby Brissett a lot, and they'll get a couple picks. Their defense is getting takeaways recently, so I think they'll put that, get in the red zone, and get like field goals or maybe
I
a
see
touchdown.
Ramondre having a wonderful game, getting a couple touchdowns. That's
I don't think so because Dolphins' run defense is spectacular. They're gonna be forced to pass the ball.
I think it's going to be a very heavy blitz game, but not a run blitz game. And they're going to counter with screen passes and run.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots do a decent job.
Yeah,
So-
Jared Mayo hasn't looked bad,
So,
especially with the team he has. So yeah, then we got the Colts Jaguars. I'm gonna take the Colts there. Jaguars have been terrible.
yep, agreed.
Then we got the Bills Texans, a good game, but honestly, it's in Houston, so I gotta take the Texans there. TJ Stroud looked good; they have the same record, so give me the Texans.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think the Bills have looked very overwhelming as a team completely, and I think I don't know if it was last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago. But I feel like when the Texans are playing really good teams, they start to not do as well. The Vikings were.
Yeah, I remember when you're glazing the Texans preseason.
I thought that, bro. I mean, when you got a receiving core like that, it's hard to say that they're gonna do bad.
Yeah.
So, and with Joe Mixon as their running back, but they haven't lived up to as well as I thought they would play.
And we got the Ravens Bengals. That'll be a terrible game. I'm gonna take the Ravens there.
Yeah.
Bengals have looked terrible. Ravens have looked good. That's the end of the conversation. Raiders Broncos. Broncos. After a good week, they'll get a good push off. It's in Denver, so they'll win that.
It's
there.
gonna depend on the defenses.
Bo Nix hasn't looked terrible though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
we'll see. We get there.
we'll have to see. It's gonna depend on the defenses, and I think the Broncos defense is gonna carry some momentum into week 5, come away with the victory.
Yeah. And then now we got the Cardinals Niners. I'm honestly gonna take the Cardinals. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take the Niners.
I do see it being a close game. I think the Cardinals will win.
Yeah, but the Niners defense will shut down the Cardinals
Exactly.
offense. But yeah. Oh my god. And then now we got the Giants Seahawks. That'll be
That's another bad game.
well Seahawks will win. The Seahawks haven't been bad. They're 3-1. It's in Seattle too, so we'll take the Seahawks there, obviously. Then we got Packers Rams. I don't know, honestly.
I think with the
I'm gonna take the Packers there. I mean, Jordan Love has looked decent
I mean
to a point.
it's,
Rams are missing both the receivers.
if Jordan Love I know he lost last week. If he hadn't thrown for 300 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, I'd be taking the Rams. But I think after that looks very promising for his comeback and recovery.
Yeah.
So I think he'll do a lot better this week.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna Cowboys Steelers. I'm gonna take the Cowboys there. It's in Pittsburgh, but the Cowboys offense is gonna need a push off. And it's
But
Sunday night
Steelers
football.
defense, though.
It's Sunday night football though. Steelers defense looked weak last week against the Colts.
See,
So I'm gonna take the Cowboys here.
I think one of the reasons it looked weak is they could have been preparing for a different kind of scheme on offense. I mean, obviously Joe Flacco, 40-year-old quarterback, changing from a very young Anthony Richardson who can run the ball, so it could have been changed there. I see the Steelers coming away with a very low-scoring game victory against the Cowboys. So I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a defensive game.
And then Saints Chiefs. Thank God it is not an NBC game. It's an ESPN game. No Chris Collinsworth glazing. So, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs. Chiefs looking unbeatable. It's gonna stay that way. It's in Kansas City. So yeah. But yeah, that's the week 5 predictions. Now we're gonna move on to fantasy football updates. We're gonna start off with QBs. Right now, I think Josh Allen's the best QB in football. He's looked like that.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise, general, he's getting touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, deep touchdowns. He's doing everything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I think a close. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is not good in fantasy. Their teams look good. Patrick Mahomes.
Talk about fantasy. Where do you get Mahomes at?
He's a quarterback.
Yeah, but we're going like in order like who we think's the best. You had to bring up Patrick
thought
Mahomes.
you
You sound like Chris Collinsworth.
I thought we were
right
going
now.
over all quarterbacks, and we're just saying
We're going
looks
through
good.
them, but
Oh,
we're Patrick
through.
Mahomes you brought up, and he's I think he's like maybe 10 right now.
Like, that's what I was gonna say. His teams look good, but he is not look good in fantasy.
Yeah.
I thought they were going through
And
all
then,
quarterbacks.
I'm gonna go Lamar. I think Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and maybe like Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray. They've all looked good, really.
With Kyler Murray definitely utilizing Marvin Harrison maybe a little too much.
And then we got like Dak Prescott. I mean, CJ Stroud could be with that Jaden Daniels, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, maybe Baker, definitely. Sam Darnold, Geno Smith. They've all been up there too. Added on to that,
Richardson hadn't gotten injured, maybe possibly later in the season he could climb up.
maybe he's struggling, but who knows what could happen with him. Then running backs, we got Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara. They've looked good. Brees Hall, Kyron Williams, Bijan Robinson. Devon Achane, Jordan Mason has looked
Bro,
good.
Devon Achane has not
He had
done.
one bad game. That's all he had.
He didn't do too well for me in fantasy last week.
Yeah, because he had 6 points last week against the Titans. So before that, he did good.
No, it was
He had like 20
last-
points that last week.
last
Against the
week.
Seahawks, yeah, he had like all the receptions for the team. Because there's all check down plays that Devon Achane.
I'll
Yeah.
have to check that after the podcast. Right.
He is RB6 right now, too. But yeah. And then there's like running backs have been a lot more surprising this year than we thought it. Because going into fantasy football, we're thinking, oh, the receiver's gonna be the strong suit. You need to draft running backs early. It's completely the opposite now. Receivers are weak, and the running backs are strong.
Yeah.
You got guys all the way down to Kenneth Walker, to all the way down to Tony Pollard, who hasn't even been bad. Brian Robinson hasn't been bad. All these guys, Chuba Hubbard hasn't been bad. Like you can go through the whole list of running backs right now that haven't been bad. Everyone thought going into fantasy that running backs would be the problem and that you would have to draft them early.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then moving on, we do have I gotta find it. Receivers, Tyreek Hill. Whoever drafted him, boy, you're in for a ride.
I'm sorry.
I'd sit him till week 8 against the Cardinals. That's when Tua comes back. I mean, it's improving though. It's nothing to do with anything that I like Dolphins, and it's everyone should know this by now. Tyreek cannot play football without a good quarterback right now. He's dropping a simple screen pass that he should catch from anyone. Anyone should catch a simple screen pass. Braxton Berrios should catch a simple screen pass. Jared Goff had a better catch, a harder catch to catch, and he caught it. Tyreek Hill had a simple screen pass. Meanwhile, Jared Goff is jumping over a whole defensive big dude, and he caught it.
Are you a little pressed, Nolan?
No, I'm just
yeah. The Dolphins' horrible performance.
But and then moving on, we have receivers though. Jefferson's been good. Collins, Lamb, Chase has looked good. Diggs has looked good. Monrod,
Malik Neighbors has been.
Marvin Harrison, Malik, Olave, Evans, Godwin.
That's
They've
it.
all looked good.
That's
Receivers have been strong for a point. It gets to that point. They're good for a bit, and then it starts to fall off quite a bit.
Hard for Garrett Wilson.
Like-
You're just horrible the entire way in fantasy.
Yeah. But guys
Yeah.
like Waddle and Tyreek, like I mentioned, and guys like Tutu, like Cup,
Well,
and
I mean that's
I mean
like
injuries have been helping or have been
the
hurting
Tyreek thing is
receivers.
based off of the quarterback.
Well, yeah.
So yeah.
And then there's also a lot of injuries for receivers. AJ Brown, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup, and
Debo Surf for a little bit.
I think Rashi Rice is now injured. He might have tore his ACL.
Oh, yeah, that was
Ayuk
Patrick Mahomes' fault.
Ayuk has been injured. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of injuries, so we're gonna have to go through.
I
So
don't know if you
hopefully,
saw the clip that Patrick Mahomes was the one who injured Rasheed Rice when he was going for a tackle.
Yeah, that was
He hit
funny.
his ACL. So
yeah. And then we got tight ends. Tight ends been looking questionable this year. But
not
Brock
like-
Bowers has been good. My dog Dallas Goddard
and
has
you
been
said
good.
this the other week, and now he's like one of the top tight ends in fantasy just from that one game.
Yeah,
So-
any tight end can have one good game. He'll be top tight end 5. Tight ends have been the most useless thing this year. If you drafted Travis Kelce, Laporta,
Bro, that was me. I drafted
and
Laporta.
any good tight end in the top maybe 6 rounds, like I did too. I drafted Kincaid in the 6th round.
Yeah.
That's a waste of a pick. I think Goddard in the 10th round, 11th round. He's a tight end 1 right now.
My Laporta pick is averaged me like 6 points a week, which
Yeah.
is horrible.
Don't ask him what his fantasy team name is now. Not family friendly, but
Just like think of the word Laporta and think what else. can
some
be
of you
said.
will know what that it is. The other 10 of you that might watch this,
Yeah.
like Michael did, and Quinn will probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. So that's it for
Not Laporta.
football.
That was me getting my anger out at Laporta.
Yeah. So fantasy football hasn't looked at. We would show you our teams and our rankings. Right now, I think James is second overall, and he's 3-1. His team's been underrated this year. My team's in last, and they're 1-4 or 1-3. It's just been dealt by injuries, though. I mean, anyone can agree with this. I have AJ Brown, Carson Steele, Austin Eckler.
Tua.
I had Tua at quarterback. He got
Dropped
injured.
him 'cause he got
Yeah.
injured.
Evan Ingram's been injured. Kenneth Walker was injured when I had him. My whole team is
You
just
might
beat
lose
up.
this year, Nolan.
Well, once they come back, my team will start to climb up the charts. It's just
Hopefully.
injuries are just stabbing me in the back right
You're
now.
gonna need a good comeback streak to make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I might have to
Don't
start
worry.
winning like quite some good games here. I'll be 1-4 this week for sure. I play Quinn, so that'll be rough because his teams. I think his team is number 1.
Yeah.
That'll be the matchup of the week. Number 1 seed versus number 12 seed.
My team's been doing very, very well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. My team has that skill. I had 150 points week 1. Just since then, I don't think I've touched 80,
Yeah.
which is very depressing. But yeah. But moving on, we got the MLB. We're gonna do a quick recap real quick. Deep. What?
Nothing. I was reading the
Oh.
chat. I understand.
Yeah. D-backs missed the playoffs. That really sucks. Came down to the last day.
Yeah.
Mets won game 1.
Braves
And
2-0.
And then the Mets decided to not care after that. And then I saw a clip after the game. The Mets and Braves fans, or Mets and Braves players, were partying together because they both made the playoffs. So I think the Mets weren't trying because they already made it and they didn't care or something. But that was kind of interesting.
Well, they're still gonna higher seed if they win, right?
Who?
The Mets if they would have won.
Well, but
Yes.
it would have been either they play the Padres, who are better than the 3 seed, or the Brewers. Because the Brewers won their division, so they're automatically the 3 seed. The Padres were top wild card spot. So yeah. But it's been a cool year. Otani is the first ever 50-50 in MLB history. He finally did it. No player's ever done it before. Talk about the trade. Sure, we'll talk about the trade real quick, Campbell. I made a trade today. I think I traded away AJ Brown. Why can't I remember this?
Campbell's
ever?
still pressed about
AJ Brown. Hey, Campbell?
Yeah.
Well, it's because they vetoed it.
I know.
Yeah,
but like
We
I
did AJ Brown. I gave away AJ Brown, ETN, and why am I forgetting the other dog? The other guy.
Tutu.
Oh yeah, Tutu Atwell for David Montgomery. The Tutu train guy sucks. Oh my god.
Chase Hendricks. What's
Yeah,
good, Chase?
that's my fantasy team.
Yeah,
but,
that's our
yeah,
fantasy team. Is
but
legit now.
and then we traded for. I traded for David Montgomery. Why can I ever forget? Oh yeah,
Sam Darnold.
Brandon Ayuk and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold will be a good quarterback for me, hopefully.
In the
I
chat,
think
tell
he's
us if
up.
that sounds fair because it got vetoed in like.
Here, I'm gonna
3
repeat it because I remember it this time.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, Travis Etienne, and Tutu Atwell for
AJ
David
Brown.
Montgomery,
or not even.
Brandon Ayuk, and Sam Darnold. So it's a fair trade,
Yeah.
I think.
Tell us if you think it's fair.
His receiving core is now crazy. Diggs, Diggs, Brown, and Chase. So that's not bad. So yeah, I mean it's looking pretty good. I think it's a fair trade on both our sides. He already has a starting QB, and so why have two QBs? And then IU hasn't been great. Neither has ETN. So you're trading AJ Brown, who had that one good game. He's just been injured, and he's coming back next week. And then you have obviously David Montgomery, which just switches. So yeah. But yeah, moving back to baseball. If you want, guys, if you're watching, you can zoom back into the podcast and you can go backwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, go do that if you need to catch up. But yeah, the playoffs are here. The season's over. 162 games are over.
And
Interesting year.
the first games happened today.
Yeah. Let me recap that real quick.
Let me look it up.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. There's some games going right now, but today the Tigers beat the
Huh?
Tigers
I was
beat
looking at
the
it.
Tigers beat the Astros, which is a surprise. But Tariq Skubal, the pitcher for the Tigers, will win Cy Young. He had a triple crown, which rarely happens. Is where you lead the league in ERA, strikeouts, and wins. That rarely happens, so it's pretty cool. And the Astros, their offense looked weak today. What do you say? Where did you get the globe and the back? Very. What did you say?
Very neat. Oh, Chase Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I had that for like 10 years.
If you're watching the other episodes, maybe you would know, Chase. But
Oh yeah, go back.
But the Orioles and Orioles game. The Orioles won in a very quiet game. It was 1-0. I think they scored. The Orioles scored in the first inning, and there was no scoring for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then the Mets Brewers. Mets won 8-4. Surprise
That was
there.
upset.
I mean, if the D-backs could have played the Mets there, and they could have won, but D-backs decided to lose to the Brewers when they were up 8-0. So that kind of sucked for them. And the Mets won game 1. And right now, Padres are up 3-0 after the 8th inning. So we'll see how that game goes on. But yeah, but MLB season went well. Judge had a great year. He probably will win MVP, and then Ohtani in the NL. It'll be Chris Sale will win Cy Young in the NL, and Tariq Skubal in the AL most likely. But yeah, so it was an interesting year. My Marlins sucked, but they'll have a good draft pick, so that's what matters. They have a good future. Their pitching staff hopefully can get healthy. But yeah. Now we got we're gonna do playoff predictions. We got the 6 seed Tigers versus the 3 seed Astros. I'm gonna take the Astros. They're down 1-0, but
I didn't say they were coming back.
but I see them coming back. The Astros, they're always a good playoff team every year. They always make the World Series or AL Championship games, so I think they'll continue this year. I think they're gonna come back. It's not that hard to come down from 1-0 when it's a 3-game series.
Yeah.
So I think they'll win the next 2. Orioles. Well, since we already are after game 1,
And
my
the
pick
whole
kind of
performance by
changed.
The Orioles.
but the more you think about it, the Royals pitching staff starts to get a little weaker from here, I think. I don't remember exactly who's pitching for the rest of the games, but with how quiet today's game was with the offenses, I'm still going to take the Royals. Bobby Witt is playing good, probably. I really haven't checked the stats at all. But yeah, I think it'll be good for the Royals. They'll win. They'll move on. And then we'll have, after that, I think it'll be the Astros and Guardians. Honestly, I'm going to take an upset here. People might think the Astros will win that game. If that does happen, I'm going to take the Guardians. Guardians are playing great baseball all year long.
Yeah.
Their bullpen is spectacular. A bullpen matters in the playoffs. If you don't have a good bullpen, you won't win games. I'm going to take the Guardians there. Your matchups, Tigers, Guardians. You going to take Tigers, Guardians?
Oh no, I have the Astros.
Oh, you had Astros? I think you said they were.
No, I'll take
they were
Astros.
something.
Yeah, I'll take Astros.
Yeah, so what's your prediction? Astros, Guardians.
I'll agree. You know more about baseball than I do. I'll just take the Guardians.
And then I had Royals, Yankees, and who'd you take?
No, I took the Royals too.
Yeah. So Royals, Yankees. I think it doesn't matter there anymore. Yankees will win it. Yankees too good this year.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And then we'll move on to the championship game. Guardians versus Yankees. As much as I hate to do this, I gotta give it to the Yankees. I mean, honestly, it could go either way there in that game. It really will depend on to that bullpen, and I think that the Guardians do have a better bullpen, but I think it will matter also to the point that how they start the game. If they don't start the game strong enough, they won't end the game as well. It could totally surprise everyone. I could see a Guardians World Series run here, so. D-backs and Rangers last year. No one expected any of those teams to even make the playoffs. But yeah. Then we got the Mets Brewers. I would have taken the Brewers, but after game one, I'm gonna take the Mets. Brewers just absolutely suck. But yeah. And I'm gonna take and then Braves Padres. I'm gonna take probably the Padres here. Braves just being killed by injuries. Acuna's out, Spencer Strider's out. They're down to Ronald Blanco and Chris Ale. Their team hasn't looked amazing. They're already down 1-0 a series. Probably after this game, unless they make some sort of comeback here. So yeah, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Padres. Then it'll be Phillies versus Mets. The Phillies will win that. The Phillies are too good this year.
I feel these Brewers. I think the Brewers can come back. I mean, they had a slow game today, but I think they'll come back and win it. But I do the Phillies win.
Yeah, and then the Dodgers versus Padres. I'm gonna take the Padres in that one, an upset. I think the Dodgers don't have what it's need. Yeah, what did he say? What are y'all NFL rankings? We aren't gonna do that this episode. That'd take too long. We aren't gonna rank all 32 NFL teams.
But when we're done explaining this, if y'all have like small questions,
yeah, if you have any
ask
small
us,
questions,
then
let me know.
drop them.
Not the whole NFL rankings, because
Yeah.
that would take forever. We're already far into the episode. But then I had I think what was it? Oh yeah, I had Padres versus Phillies in the NL Championship game. I'm gonna take the Phillies there. Phillies have looked really good this year, and we got Phillies Yankees World Series. Who do you have? You have the Phillies and who do you have?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'll take the Dodgers.
You'll take the Dodgers. So Phillies Dodgers.
Yeah. I'll take the Phillies to go, but or do you give your prediction on the World Series first?
Yeah. So I have Yankees versus Phillies in the World Series. It will come down to pitching, like it does with every World Series. And I'm gonna have to take the Phillies there. I think the Phillies will win the World Series this year. As much as I hate to see it, I hate the Phillies with a burning passion. They're in my division. They win every year. They beat us in the playoffs last year.
I hate the Yankees even more, so I'm taking the Phillies only because I don't.
Well,
like the
you said
Yankees.
Dodgers. You had the Dodgers.
No, the Dodgers winning against the Padres.
Oh, and then the Phillies winning, and then you have
Yeah.
Phillies Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would be Phillies Yankees. I mean, it could change just based off now. I might want to change that Guardians pick and put them in against the Phillies. Or I might even want to bring maybe the Astros back in.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm gonna say Phillies Yankees, and the Phillies are gonna win it here. So yeah. But yeah, that's all for the episode. Do any of you guys have any questions you'd like to
down in
ask?
the comments we can ask, or we can answer them
Here, let me check all questions. Maybe we missed some.
if we miss anything.
Any questions you want to ask or anything we want to talk about that we missed?
Yeah. Drop questions in the chat.
We're a little delayed.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit late. Yeah. Thank you guys for turning into the first.
Yeah, we have
ever
4
live.
viewers, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for tuning in. 43-minute live. That's not bad. It's way quicker than editing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing lives now, because it's been a struggle for James to edit, and then also have to get the video out to me to post, and sometimes the video won't download.
Yeah.
So hopefully the live will be better than doing the.
But it will
This-
still be on YouTube after.
Yeah, it'll still be on YouTube, so you can watch this after. I hope it saves. If not, I think I can save it. I'll have to check. It looks like it does work. So yeah, I think we're good.
Unavailable on the school Chromebook.
Yeah, it still should work though. It looked like it did. So yeah, anyone have any questions? We'll have to see. So yeah, but another thing we'd like to talk about, I don't know if you heard this earlier in the episode, but we are gonna be doing a live stream on the cruise.
Yeah.
We don't know when. We'll try to announce it if soon before it does happen. But if not, we'll have to like mention it right before we actually do it, and it will have to be kind of a short one.
We'll sort of post on social media like before we leave.
Yeah, we'll have to try. We'll try and post on it. We don't know when we'll do it. Our plan is to do it Saturday,
Oh yeah, Saturday. We'll
but
be on
that's
the
the
boat.
day we leave for the boat, so it will be kind of busy there, and we'll kind of want to do stuff. If
It'll
not,
be-
we can do it during football on Sunday.
It'll be
or-
either Saturday or it could be after Sunday as a recap on the Sunday games.
Yeah,
So we'll have to see.
yeah.
That's
So
probably
we can
better
do that.
actually. A recap on the Sunday games and then their prediction for the week
Sunday
6
night
games.
football and Monday night football and week 6. We could
Yeah.
probably do that.
Well, we're playing actually. I won't say it because we're not sure about this.
Yeah. Looks like no questions, so we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you get notified when we're live or posting anything like a YouTube short, or YouTube. Go follow our TikTok, our Twitter, and our Instagram. And hope see y'all in the next episode on a boat in the
Yeah,
ocean.
we appreciate it.
So, thanks for watching and peace out. Ooh. How do I end this?
I know, but everybody just heard you say, "How do I end this?"
You could start a poll. That's cool.
What if you just close the YouTube app?